What is up, my fellow yarn bombers? My name is Michael and I am the Crafty Crocheter. And so today on this Tunisian Tuesday, I am going to show y'all how to make the Tunisian Honeycomb Stitch. Now this stitch is just a basic combination of Tunisian purl stitches and Tunisian simple stitches. And when I first read the instructions on how to master this stitch, it was a little overwhelming at first, but once you know where to place the purl stitches and where to place the simple stitches, then it just works out in this configuration as you see here. And I'm going to show you how to work this right now. So in this example, I am using a size H Incline Tunisian crochet hook, a Susan Bates hook, and I am using a number 3 DK weighted yarn for this demonstration, which is the same yarn I used for the swatch you saw previously. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the multiple for this stitch is 2 plus 2, which means you're going to chain 2 until you, in multiples to 2 until you get to the width of the project you want, and then add 2 more stitches. Or basically any even number of stitches. So I'm going to chain 10 in this example so I can show you how to work the stitch. So I'll chain 10 right now. Alright, so I've chained my 10 stitches, and I am going to forego showing you how to work the forward pass and the return pass, as you should know how to already do that. If not, feel free to review my other videos. So I'm going to work the base forward pass and the base return pass off camera, and then I will show you how to get started with the honeycomb stitch. Alright, so I just completed my initial forward pass and my initial return pass, and this is what your work should look like, just as you would see with any other Tunisian stitch. So to get started with the Tunisian honeycomb stitch, skip the first vertical bar from hook, go into the second, and you're going to work your Tunisian purl stitch. Now, also, if you don't remember how to work the Tunisian purl stitch, feel free to review my video on how to work the Tunisian purl stitch, but I'm going to get started. So work your Tunisian purl stitch. So you're going to take your working yarn, go in front of the work, and insert your hook into the second vertical bar from hook. Pull your yarn in front, yarn over, and then pull through that loop. And then the next stitch, you're going to work your Tunisian simple stitch. Again, if you don't remember how to work the Tunisian simple stitch, feel free to review my video on how to work that stitch. So you're going to take your hook, go behind the front vertical bar only, yarn over, and pull through. And you're going to alternate. And then in the next stitch, you're going to work a purl stitch. Then in the next stitch, you're going to work a simple stitch. And basically, you're going between purl, simple, and then you're going to keep alternating until you get to the 9th vertical bar, which in this case should, I believe, let me see, it stayed purl, simple, purl. Then in the 9th vertical bar should be the Tunisian simple stitch. So I'm going to work the rest of this off camera, then I'll let you work the rest of this on your own, and then I'll show you how to start the next row. Alright, so I just completed that row. So first stitch, after you skip the first vertical bar from hook, should be a Tunisian purl stitch. Then the next is the Tunisian simple, purl, simple, purl, simple, purl, simple, and then you work the last stitch behind the last 2 vertical bars of the row. And then you're going to do your return pass as normal. So again, if you don't remember how to do the return pass, feel free to review some of my videos on how to, because I include this in every Tunisian stitch tutorial. But this is one of those things, if you're get into Tunisian crochet, is one of those basics that you should master before you tackle any other stitch. Alright, so now we're on the second row. So we started with the purl in the first row, and we're going to alternate, and now we're going to start with a Tunisian simple stitch. So go into the first vertical bar, and again, like with the seed stitch. When you see a smaller, shorter vertical bar, that means you're going to work your simple stitch. And if you see a longer vertical bar, you're going to work a purl stitch. So insert that into the front vertical bar only, then yarn through, and that's your simple stitch. Then you're going to alternate between your Tunisian simple stitches and your purl stitches. So that's purl, and then see how this vertical bar is kind of hidden, so you got to be mindful of that. It may be hidden, so be careful when you're working this stitch, because that vertical bar can easily become lost, and that's how skipped stitches can happen. Then your work's going to look a little off kilter. So just be mindful of these shorter vertical bars when you're working this stitch. Then we're on the last stitch, so you're going to work your last final loop behind the 2 vertical bars on the end row. And then you just completed your second row forward pass. Then you're going to do your return pass as normal, and then you're going to alternate, and then be mindful when you're working this stitch that the vertical bars, some of them will become shortened and some will remain long. So for the shorter ones, you're going to work the Tunisian simple stitch into it. And then if you see any longer vertical bars, you're going to work the purl stitch into it. And you're just going to keep alternating back and forth until you get to the height of the project you want. So I can do one more row with you, just so that way you get a better sense of what it is that I am talking about. And again, anytime you're having an issue with this stitch of following along or getting kind of lost in the shuffle, feel free to rewind this video to the point where you're having trouble. Alright, so then see where... Since we started the last row with a simple stitch, we're going to alternate with the purl stitch. So you pull your yarn in front of the work, and then go into the second vertical bar from hook, pull your yarn in front, and then you yarn over, and then pull through that loop. Let me get that loop so you can see it better. There we go. Then in the next stitch, you're going to work a simple stitch, which is right here. See, these vertical bars, these shorter vertical bars get lost, so you got to watch out, make sure you don't lose those. Next is the purl stitch. Again, if you see that shorter vertical bar, which is right here, right in between after this stitch, you see how it's kind of real short. You got to watch out for those, because again, those could become easily lost. Now I'm doing a purl stitch, and then you see the next vertical bar, which is right here. Again, be mindful of those. Then insert into front and work a simple stitch, purl stitch, then again from right to left, go into that vertical bar only. This is that shorter vertical bar, so you're going to work a simple stitch. So we're coming upon the last stitch of the row, so find that last vertical bar and then work between those 2 vertical bars right there on the last of the row, and then loop through. Oh, see, this is good. You can't always want to count always be mindful of how many loops you have on your hook, because you want to always remain with the same amount of loops on your hook as the amount of chains you started with. And so I only have 9 on here because I lost a stitch somewhere. So that means you would have to go back and try to find where you lost your stitch, or just frog it and do it all over again. But for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to do that. So, and this is what it's going to look like once you get to the height you want. This is just a small little swatch. So basically, again, anytime you encounter a smaller vertical bar, you're going to work your Tunisian simple stitch into that. And anytime you see a longer vertical bar, you're going to work a Tunisian purl stitch into that. And you're just going to keep alternating between simple, purl, and keep going down until you get to the ninth. After the ninth vertical bar is worked, you just take your hook, go behind both the vertical front and back vertical bars of the end, and just work and loop that through there. So again, anytime you have trouble with getting where you're at or getting lost in the shuffle, rewind the video to the point where you're having issues. Alright, so that is how you work the Tunisian Honeycomb Stitch. Thank you for watching this video on this Tunisian Tuesday. Take care of yourselves and each other.